Many times you would have listened this suggestion from so many people to become fluent in English, right? That is, think in English. So many of them would have told you this suggestion to start thinking in English. I have already done a video on how to start thinking in English. But do you know the reason why you are not able to think in English? See, if you know the problem, then it will be easy to you to find solutions and start finding different methods and practice them in order to tackle that problem, right? So in this video, I am going to tell you why this problem arises. Why are you actually not able to practice thinking in English? Okay. So without any delay, let's get started. Hi, Namaste. Welcome back to Learn with Gowthami channel. So, the first thing is that you need to have at least minimum knowledge. What I mean to say is that at least you must be able to name that particular thing in English, right? If you don't know what do you call a thing in English, how can you think about that particular thing in English? Am I confusing you? Let me be clear. These are bangles, right? If I don't know that they are called as bangles in English, what my mind says as soon as I see this? As soon as I see this, my mind tells or names it in my native language, right? So what I need to do is that I need to know basic words which are regularly used in English. That is the first thing. So whatever you see, you need to at least know what do you call them in English. I think I am clear now. Okay. The second thing is that you can speak good English if you are not even having full depth of knowledge of grammar. Right? Still, I agree with that. But what I said is that you need to have at least minimum knowledge. See, I read a book yesterday.
I am reading a book.
I read a book. I will read a book tomorrow. See, these are the 4 tenses that you need to know. Simple present tense, present continuous tense, simple future tense, and simple past tense. I recommend you to learn only these, at least these 4, if you are at your initial stages, so that it will be helpful. If you are interested in learning much of grammar, then obviously you can go for it. The next thing is that why you are not able to actually think in English is that you don't have any knowledge. You know, a, an, and the are articles. If you don't know where to use a, an, and the, what happens is that whenever it is not required, you are going to use them in your conversation. And whenever they are required, you are actually not using them. Right? In order to avoid that awkwardness while speaking, you need to know at least some knowledge. The next thing is that you need to know how to frame sentences, at least basic sentences. Sentences means I am not telling you about the long sentences. I am just telling you about basic sentences like my name is Gowthami. I am a housewife, or I am working in an agriculture sector. I am a mother of a 5-month-old baby. My husband is a businessman. Like this, you must be able to frame simple sentences. Okay, no need to create or no need to frame complex sentences right at the initial stage. Okay, just you need to try to frame simple sentences. You need to know how to frame such simple basic sentences. Then you can obviously think in English inside your head. If you are not able to construct a sentence correctly, then you cannot think in English. The thing I want to tell you is that whenever you find any difficulty, try to share it with others. You know, the more you share, or the more people you are going to share that problem with, the more answers you are going to get, and you can pick up the correct one. Okay, don't hide yourself from speaking English. Whenever you get a chance, you need to use that opportunity and actually speak out. Then you are going to find your mistakes. Your mistakes are your best teachers forever and ever. See, anyone can give you suggestions, but the only one who can actually encourage you, motivates you, and who can actually achieve something is only you through hard work. If you achieve something, that is belonging only to you, right? Others can share your happiness, but can they share your achievement? That achievement belongs to you. You are the only person who is going to gain. So, why don't you think of that? Why don't you think of your achievement right from the first day itself and start speaking? If you have any doubts regarding anything, just ask. Don't feel that what they will think if I ask. See, many of them think that if I ask such a silly question, what would they think? I think remaining people are going to laugh at me. First, you need to take that out. Every person started their journey from the beginning, initial stage itself. So there is no need to be ashamed of anything. I'm trying to give you solutions to each and every problem that we are going to face while speaking English. Right? So don't put any doubts within your head. If you are facing any problem, don't feel hesitant. Okay? And the last thing I would like to tell you is that you need to practice. You need to practice enough in order to think in English. Yes, if you want to think in English, you need to practice thinking also. You know what I do while cooking, while sweeping, or while folding the clothes, or while washing. I name all the things that are in my surroundings in English and try to frame at least 3 sentences with them. That is what you need to do. You are doing your work. I agree. You go to office. While going to office, try to think in English or listen to podcast. Okay? After listening to podcast, what you have listened, just frame sentences about what you have listened in English. Without practice, you will not get this ability to think in English. If you are not able to think in English instantly, then it is very hard to achieve fluency. This is my sincere request to find out your problems, why you are not able to think in English, and just focus on those things and first of all start thinking in English. Okay? And the final thing I am going to tell you is that if you are still facing any problems, please let me know in the comment section. And if you are hesitant to put them in the comments, at least mail me. My mail ID will be in the about section and feel free to mail me. That's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for joining me. See you soon in the next video.